Hey guys, let's play Goemon, the Grand Cycle of Oedo. So in Japanese, I believe it's called Oedo Dai Kaiten. So the part of the Goemon series called Mystical Ninja in the US. But yeah, most of these games never really got released in North America. We only got a few, like the N64 versions and the original SNES version. But yeah, for the most part, these are Japanese only games because they're very Japanese, like Konami. Anyways, yeah, this version came out 2001 for the PS1. They have a few different PS1 releases, and this one is fan translated. So yeah, you can actually pick out a fan translated version of this one online. So hence that's why I'm checking it out. All right, let's check it out. And these games are known to be action adventure titles with RPG elements. So I would say like yeah, not exactly full RPGs, but like kind of like Zelda, like action adventure with RPG elements in it. Anyways, this one can be two players, which is cool, but let's go with one player here. Alright, so you can choose one of four characters, Goemon, Ibisumaru, Sasuke, and Yae. Actually, I haven't played too much as Yae. I usually play as Goemon or Ibisumaru, or even Sasuke, so I'll go with Yae here. I don't usually get to play as her, but she's like a female ninja. I guess he's all friends of Goemon. Recycling? What are they talking about recycling for? Pick up some garbage? Okay, I definitely didn't expect that. I mean, these ninjas are supposed to be living the Edo period, right? I don't think they thought about recycling back then, or maybe they did, I don't know. But that's not the first thing I thought about when I thought about Goemon, is recycling. Ooh, look at that. Oh, look at that mochis, right? Hairpin. A dumpling skewer. Oh, there's Yae. Alright, let's go. Oh, Sasuke. Okay, so it's a side-scrolling platformer section right now, although it might change, because Goemon games have been known to have different genres, actually, embedded in the game. So usually, I would say the majority of the Goemon games are side-scrolling platformers, but they do and can have other sections in the game which can look very different. So anyways, right now it starts off as your typical side-scrolling platformer, except the models are done in 3D. Yeah, so I would say other than that, looks pretty similar to the Super Nintendo Goemon games in playstyle, just the models are done in 3D instead. I actually personally prefer the 2D models for the Super Nintendo, from the Super Nintendo I mean, other than the 3D versions. I mean, that's just me, because I just don't feel like the 3D version, especially the early 3D stuff from the N64 and PS1 eras, they just don't feel as charming as the 2D versions and sprites from the Super Nintendo era. And I feel like that for most games, not just for Goemon. I just feel like in general, I always tend to prefer the Super Nintendo or Game Boy Advance versions of video games compared to the N64 and PS1 versions. Yeah, not just Goemon, just in general for most games. And I think other people might agree, because that's why you see indie titles and stuff, they're so popular, because they use the retro style graphics now, with 2D sprites and everything, because, yeah, I think a lot of people might agree that 2D sprites look better than 3D sprites do. Especially the early 3D sprites. Anyways, this game is okay. It's not, at least it's not like well, really like polygonal style, like the Tomb Raider style. Even like the N64 Goemon games, like yeah, it doesn't look as good because they're using all polygonal, 3D sprites or models, I should say. But this game, it's still done in yeah, in kind of a 2D way, right? So it's not too bad. It feels like, when Super Mario originally, of course, was in 2D. But then it became 3D with Super Mario 64, and that's what you guys can think of Goemon and the N64 of Legend of Mystical Ninja for you guys in North America. Yeah, that's basically the Mario 64 version of Goemon, is the N64 version. This version is more like the new Super Mario Brothers version. So you guys can think of that analogy, right? That's basically my analogy here. This version, the PS1 version, is like, yeah, it's like the new Super Mario Brothers version. And then the N64 version is like the Super Mario 64 version. It's like that difference, right? Like this is still 3D, it's using 3D models, but it's done in a 2D way. So it's the gameplay is still like 2D. Other than it's not like a fully 3D open world style like the N64 version though. But I mean, both versions are good, just up to preference. I find this is the original version of Goemon, though, the 2D platformer style. It's more true to the original Goemon games than the N64 versions. Yeah, which is, I find it interesting. The N64 versions are some of the only Goemon games to be fully localized and released in the West, but they're so different than the other Goemon games. Like, they're open world and fully 3D, which is not really true to the original Goemon games at all, right? The original Goemon games are like these side-scrolling platformer games that have kind of adventure aspects to them, but I wouldn't... Yeah, basically like the Mystical Ninja games, the N64 versions are not very representative of Goemon as much as this version is, for example, or the Super Nintendo versions, which I think the Super Nintendo versions are probably my favorite versions, especially Goemon 2 and 3. 2 and 3 are probably my favorite Goemon games, and I've played a few so far, the fan-translated versions. There's quite a few fan-translated Goemon games, but yeah, I think Goemon 2 and 3 on the Super Nintendo are so far been my favorites. Now, I haven't played all the different versions, because not all of them have been fan-translated, but so far, yeah, the Super Nintendo 2 and 3 have been my favorites so far. Alright. But it's cool, this one also lets you play with a friend, and that's also true to the original Goemon games as well. On the Super Nintendo, which can be played two-player co-op, which is fun. Alright, Haguri Town, let's go here. Oh no, this is okay, this is the town section, okay. So this is what I'm talking about. So you usually have in Goemon games, you usually have like a platformer section, and then you have like a town section where you talk to people in the town and everything. This must be the town section. We can go inside. Okay, yep, this is just like in the Super Nintendo version where you go inside the shops and everything. Cool. Yeah, and then you talk to people there. So this is like more of like an RPG section where you go and talk to NPCs and stuff. Store, let's go to the store. Website. Rice balls. Let's see, where Kaza hat, Minoko. Oh yeah, this is the traditional 3 items that you can buy in the Snooper Nintendo version as well. Okay. Now how do you equip them? Are they auto-equipped? I wonder. And you can select any of these players. Interesting. I don't have to be Sasuke, maybe so with Goemon. So you can switch between them all with the select. Okay. Again, just like in the Super Nintendo versions as well, you can do that. That's cool. I guess it's auto-equipped because I don't know where to equip them, but yeah, you can switch between characters here. It can be Goemon, Bisu, Sasuke, or Yai. Hmm. Man, what's with this game recycling? I did not know that this game had a huge recycling theme, but interesting. Maybe this is when Japan was willing to recycling with the early 2000s. Which wise old man? Okay, another part of town. Most of these NPCs are not very useful. That's suspicious. Very suspicious. Hmm. This is Goemon's house. Okay. Oh shit. I can shoot. Oh shit. Yeah, if I attack the villagers, then I have to battle these guys. That happens when I try to attack the villagers. Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, that happens when I attack the villagers. Better not attack the villagers, otherwise I'll get the local militia in to try to stop me. See if I can go here. I think I saw here we go. Okay, another section. Garbage monsters. Oh, okay, maybe that's related to the recycling theme of the game. Oh, there's the inn. The Hilton. Oh, okay. Well, not enough money. Yeah, bamboo, pine. So expensive. Oh, so expensive. I think this is a quick. Yeah, this is fast travel, right? Yeah. Way to tourism, the fast travel. You can fast travel between towns for a fee. 100 view. Right? Not really that useful. Thanks, I do though. A pass. What? How do I get a pass? Hmm? What's to get a pass now? That's weird. I don't know how I'm supposed to get a pass. Oh shit. Oh shit, they're gonna start attacking me now. Because I accidentally hit a villager. If I accidentally hit a villager, I have to do battle with them. Oh my god. Damn it. Oh my god. Okay, I'm not sure where I'm supposed to go now. But anyways, this is Goemon, Journey to Oedo. Yeah, I think this was it's pretty much very similar to the Super Nintendo Goemon games. Yeah, the only difference is that the models are in 3D, but otherwise, this is pretty similar to the Super Nintendo Goemon games. So it's done in you got two sections: a platformer section, side-scrolling platformer section, and then you got the town section where you talk to people and do some RPG stuff, like buy things and things like that, talk to NPCs. So yeah, overall, I think you'll like this game if you like the Super Nintendo Goemon games. So the Super Nintendo Goemon games are personally my favorite Goemon games, so I like this version as well. This version seems very faithful to the 2D Super Nintendo versions, so yeah, if you guys like the 2D Super Nintendo Goemon games, check this one out as well, because it's very similar. So, anyways, that's it guys. Yeah, Journey to Oedo. Yeah, I think when I look at the wiki page, it says that it's extremely similar to Goemon 2 for the Super Nintendo. So that's actually one of my favorite Goemon games. So this is almost like a remake of Goemon 2 actually, just for the PS1. It's you just have 3D models and that's it. Personally, I still prefer the 2D sprites from the Super Nintendo, but gameplay-wise, it's pretty similar to the Super Nintendo games. So, that's it guys. Very different from the N64 versions, like I said. Yeah. But if you guys like the more traditional, 2D style Goemon games, check this one out. Yeah, just this one's 3D models on the PS1. So, you guys check out the fan translation if you guys are interested. Thanks for watching.